mean,
Yeah. Right, guys. Good evening, everyone, and welcome along to Sportcast Northeast Sports with Bradley Young. Alongside me is Lee Farrell, and we are
aka
expected to
Faz the
see Paul
Macron.
very soon. Good evening, Lee.
Hello, Brad. And obviously, we're going to acknowledge our first comment of the day. Yorkshire Macron, first in, before we even can get live, doing the red and white emoji, as he is in the comments. Our new mod, obviously, cracking lad. So,
New
first,
moderator.
first thing to start, a good thing to say, one of our moderators is ready to go. So, yeah. Obviously, today was just pretty much reviewing the weekend, isn't it? We don't have any Newcastle
Yeah,
fans to talk about Newcastle with anymore. But obviously, Jacob's first next comment says, "Mind the gap, Newcastle." Love it. Boys and girls, otherwise I'll put you in jail. Louise, oh, yeah. He's in here now. He's in here. We've got another moderator in. Obviously, Jacob will sort you
easier.
out at some point,
Perfect.
yeah. So it's a good thing now we've got a couple of them
We'll
modders
sort
in
you
and we're
out today.
talking about it, yeah. Right. Shall we just dive in yet and talk about it?
Of course, we'll just dive in before Paul joins, and Paul can join in conversation when he joins.
Yeah. So, right, over the weekend, Sunderland have pulled off a 2-0 win against Wolves at home. A lot of praise around the ground. Where do we start, Brad, with it? Where do we start?
To be honest, again, it's Reggie Scalabris, isn't it? It's obviously his starting 11 on Saturday when he started. Again, it's obviously people were saying, I think it was obviously last weekend, I think it was on Monday or Tuesday, that Noah Siddiqui and Omar Alderete was going to be out injured, but that wasn't the
But it
case
was proved it
because,
totally against us, made us look stupid, didn't it? Made us look stupid, they
yeah,
did. I think they're done as a cover up, really. Because obviously, again,
I
we were nearly accurate with the squads as well. We saw sure even go left back for a change. But Mukiele playing right back, he was outstanding to watch.
yeah,
Outstanding. He's a different breed of player. He is fantastic, and I think putting that full back position would give him a bit more roaming. So as a centre half, he's a bit more held back a bit.
yeah,
Honestly,
like
God,
um, like I said as well. I said Trey Ewan will get switched over at the left back, didn't I, on Thursday? I told
yeah,
you that.
we both said that. We both said that. Yeah,
Yeah,
mind you, at first I take convincing with you because you thought you were going to stop Masuaku,
yeah,
but yeah, obviously, but prior jumping in head heels into talking about Sunderland and the game. What about before the game? Obviously, there was a hype of the new bridge. It was out there, the new bridge. They've done a little
yeah.
parade, had owners and Kev Phillips and Defoe there. Absolutely great to see.
Fantastic. Yeah, it was great
But
to see at the weekend.
also on Saturday, just gone, was say no to racism, show racism the red card campaign. And all the players and referees took a knee. But I think Brad's going to know where I went with this. Is when
Yeah,
I was working there, Paul's even said it as well. I heard more than 20,000 fans booing at that. If I was to say, I was very embarrassed for being a Sunderland fan that day, especially with predominantly of our footballers are from a different culture anyway. So we should respect that. That shows are very luxurious. And someone said to me, also politics and all that. Politics aside, support your team and get behind the players. Because that was absolutely awful to hear. Awful.
yeah. Disgrace, disgusting, awful to hear.
Like, did you hear, Brad?
I did.
I think it was Paul. I'll speak behalf of Paul. Paul said to me on call that him and Michael, a few others were clapping, but a lot of the fans were booing, and I thought that was absolutely dreadful to say, especially as coming from a Sunderland end.
Yep.
Like, I don't know if anyone in the comments wants to say their opinion on it, but honestly, racism is the biggest thing which triggers in football. And if you look at Sunderland's starting lineup, we have a predominantly of an African-based team. So booing that was an absolute sham.
Yeah, absolute shambles.
And
100%.
I'm actually surprised that nothing's been put out on media yet about it. And I am really, really shocked that they haven't. But
Mm-hmm.
mind you though, looking at the Wolves end weren't that much either because they were doing it as well when I was watching the Wolves YouTuber. So
Mm,
both set of fans were in the wrong. But at the end of the day, we got the result, and we need to start getting our morals straight before game kicks off. Definitely.
yeah,
So, anyways, regardless away from that, I'm going to mention about. Let's talk about the first half first of all. Yeah.
yeah.
So
Let's
you have
talk.
the game. Do you
Mhm.
think that we'd started off well in the first half? Because
To be honest, I think the first 30, 40 minutes I thought was absolutely terrific. I thought, obviously, down the left hand side, you got work ball from obviously Granit Xhaka to Enzo Lefebvre, and then the Nordi Mukiele, and it was a 1-2 between him and Trey Young for the first goal, wasn't it? Which was
yeah, it
absolutely,
was definitely.
which was
It was
absolutely
great that little
tremendous.
1-2 movement. You wouldn't expect a full back to start diving into a box like Ousmane Dembele.
Not,
Right. But when you see a player doing that is absolutely great. It's a tiki taka football. What was showed throughout of when we were in the championship, I start when I Tony Mowbray and it's not regular
yeah,
Bray time. If we're going to keep this up, it'll be brilliant. But apart from that, it was a bit, different. Bear in mind, Yorkshire Macklin just said there,
that
first
part,
6 minutes of the first half, Wolves were a better team, but after that we were better. And to be honest, fair enough,
I kind of
expect
agree.
that because Wolves did perform a little bit. And you look at the players that they have who came out in that day, they were. I was surprised that they didn't get a goal. There's how many chances that
Yeah,
they had, and they could have buried, but they didn't.
yeah.
So, Brad, you were at the game, weren't you? So, is there anything that to actually talk about from that? Because I can't really watch much when I'm at work in there. So,
Like I said before, that goal from Nordi Mukiele was absolutely fantastic. All the half of the South Stand were absolutely bouncing with the goal. And obviously, to be fair, I'm absolutely proud because the South Stand actually done Roca Raw for once, first time in a while.
yeah,
The South Stand had a bit of cheer and praise
energy, bit of energy
for
in
as
that. Yeah.
yeah. And to be honest,
Well,
as well, carry on, Lee. What were you saying?
what I was going to say, regards to that first half, we played well, but we had a disallowed goal, controversial offside. A few people said yes, offside. But like what I said to you on call, Brad, earlier, define
Yeah,
offside. Offside is when the ball's played to a man when he's behind the line of defence. He was in front of the
he
defence
was in front of the
when the ball's
defence. Yeah,
played. So he was not offside. So controversial of what that people may say, he was not offside. That should have been a goal. It should have counted.
yeah,
But
100%.
yeah, 100%. And
Mm-hmm.
it needs to be looked at a lot better. VAR has been in our favour for a lot of time. Why do we not ask for that? I do not know. But I think we kept that game after that. We still kept our head held up high and we still performed.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, first off, we've seen Chris Rigg play quite efficiently as well. Doing
Yeah,
half decent. So apart from that, that's all I've got to say about the first half, anyways. Obviously, again, we see Bertrand Traore starting.
yeah.
Do did he look any glams? Because again, from my perspective, when I watch highlights, he didn't look much great cop, and when I did a watch back, he didn't look great.
To be honest, when I do we play our ratings later on, he's going to be quite low in the team. To be honest, he didn't show much whatsoever. It was
He's
more,
one player I'm very surprised that he's actually in that team.
yeah, I'm really surprised as well.
So
We should be, I think, to be honest, I think, well, Bertrand Traore, we should be seeing Talby getting back into the squad quite easily.
yeah,
That's my thoughts anyway. That's my
yeah.
opinion.
I
Not
was
interested in
watching
Talby.
back Reggie's interview, and he says the first half says that we created loads of chances, and he was very happy about it. And obviously, he says about that. He says that some chances we should have taken a lot better. There were some shots where it could have been executed a lot better. But
Again,
again,
from that 6 minutes, what Yorkshire Macklin said, Wolves were a better team for the first 5-6 minutes, and after that, we had every cat and house chance to score. It could have been 4 or 5-0 on Saturday. We had
exactly like
lots of chances.
there
We
was
never took.
it was when the ball was played across and Trey Hume had that glancing header right
He
there, and it smacked off the post. It
Total
wasn't
sitter.
a sitter because it was a brilliant header. It was just the direction of it where he directed it. And when you're putting in diving headers, you gotta be able to get that right onto the target. So I'm
Hey
telling you,
Lauren, hey Lauren, considering that stage you could have taken a break from the channel. She's back, she's active. Hi
she's
everyone,
here.
just checking in, making sure everyone's going good. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
everyone's
good.
doing
We're
good.
just missing a guy who's 6'1" and he talks a lot of crap. Oh, and she
I
will
will
be
be back.
back very soon.
I will be back real soon.
No worries, lads. I will see you soon.
No problem, Lauren. You take care of yourself. Just watch what you're doing.
Just try careful. Where's
Where's
Paul?
Paul?
He's
Yeah,
offline somewhere, so I do not know where he is. Paul
don't know
could
where
be
he is.
anywhere.
Just mainly for now, but he will be on sometime soon. Hopefully,
Hopefully, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
yeah, fingers crossed.
Obviously, again, the ball's played in when Trey Hume's getting the opportunity to get right into that area. At that point, you should really think that that's it,
Yeah.
and that should be directed in a lot better. You can't criticize Hume for it because he's done really well
No, you
to
can't
get in that
criticize
position.
him.
It's hard to
No.
get in them positions. But
Yeah,
the problem is why we're not seeing our centre forwards in them positions at that back six. Why are they not there diving in at them opportunities? And stuff like
exactly
that we
why.
need to tap on really, really well, especially in the
Mhm.
first half. 'Cause in the first half, we could have been about 4-5-0 up with some of the
Yeah,
chances that we had. Some
yeah,
shots, sometimes we had the ball outside the box. We could have taken that shot when there was a lot of open spacing. Again, from the likes of Shaka, who's done that before. I'm quite frustrated seeing that he's not taking them shots. That's the
yeah,
person who's done it at Arsenal, you've done it at Leverkusen, you've done it at FC Basel. So stuff like that, you could do it. So why is he not taking them chances? Why is he not taking that risk? We need
yeah,
risk takers now. We're at that point now where we go, right, where's a risk taker? Is a risk taker going to do anything? Otherwise, we are stuffed. Really, completely stuffed.
yeah,
Again, first half, Wolves started off better half. Again, like in the first 6 minutes, first 6 to 10 minutes maybe, they had a lot of the possession. Again, Wolves didn't have many shots at us, which shows how tight our defending is still. This is
yeah.
before we even talk about the second half.
Yeah.
So, again, it's absolutely great. Like, first half, as it comes in right now. Then, Wolves, Burnley, and Forest will go down, says Yorkshire Macklin.
It's interesting.
Mind you, though, that is a very good shout because I personally agree with some of it. I believe Wolves will go down in Burnley. I don't think
Yeah,
Forest will. I think Forest can pull out in January. That's a team that I can really rely on to do something like that. And obviously, again, they're a tough side to play. So I think it's just trying to get that manager in and get everything ground running. They are solid. They are brilliant. But again, we're saying about bottom three. Well, Brad, what would be your bottom three? Would you go off the bottom three now, getting relegated, or do you think that can change?
I think that could change any time of the season. Where we're only 8 games in, we've still got another 30 to play. Yet there's still 90 points to play for in this week. Who knows
Exactly.
what's
Mind you,
who knows?
though, again, before we start talking about the second half, because obviously the 2-0 win, again, people say let's not get carried away, but let's get carried away. If we've had a brilliant start so far.
Yeah,
We've had a brilliant start. And I think of all the teams that came up, we have, oh, Yorkshire Mountain says us and Leeds will stay up.
oh,
Now, that's a good one to say, 'cause I think Leeds will, because in January they'll be all right.
yeah,
And another comment just came in from the Sportscast or North East Sports. No, but obviously, but yeah. Anyway, by the way, before we even start talking about second half, if you're on the channel, guys, and you're watching, and you're just casually watching and you're chilling right now, don't be afraid to comment. Don't be afraid to smash a like and subscribe. It doesn't cost a penny. Yeah, Brad just typed it in there.
yeah.
Obviously, future streams, we're going to have a lot more stuff coming on in the future. So just keep going. Yeah. Like what you can say, it's like subscribe. It doesn't cost a penny.
Subscribe, it doesn't cost a penny.
Unless you want to donate some money towards us, and apart from that, it's all good. We don't get paid, but
no,
we'd like to one day. But it's a big aim. It's a biggie for it.
Big aim. But you know what? If we do, we'll do.
Right. Anyways, let's get carried away. Let's get talking about the second half, right? So, again, I'm asking you, Brad, 'cause you're at the game. Paul's not there to talk about it much, which is really, really frustrating, maybe. But
to be honest, right, I'm going to be honest here with you. I thought Wolves had more dominant second half. I thought they were quite good on the ball. Obviously, the defence from Sunderland, I think that's the only reason why Wolves didn't score, because we tried our best to have our backs to the walls when they were counter-attacking. And that worked out really well, obviously, from left to right. Obviously, Trey,
100% great.
Trey blocking shots, Nordy Mukiele getting back in his position where he should be. Absolutely tremendous.
You just see the complete difference at the back line, don't you? You really do.
Yeah.
And as the season gets on and on, it looks a lot more tougher. And we pull the names out in January about John Lucumi's not, but I don't think they'll get anywhere near the team as the players that we have.
John Lucumi, no chance he's going to get in the squad. Obviously, he's not going to be ahead of Mukiele and Alderete. No chance in hell.
Mukiele, Alderete, Ballard's doing fantastic as well.
Ballard as well.
Back, especially in the second half. The second half, he got some of them balls and he carried forward a few times, giving us some good passes. Then he shows his physicality. When Wolves put Orokadere, I don't know if I pronounced his name right or not. I don't know if I absolutely butchered it. But when he came on, he's a tall tower in centre half. He's strong. We managed to hold him off. We really did. And I was really, really proud of that.
Yeah.
Because when you got a centre forward who's like that around all the time, you got to be able to capitalise and man mark that guy really well. But we didn't do that. Reese Persian, hello, Reese.
Evening, Reese. How you doing? Are you all right?
So again, the man marking obviously defence to that as well. When you look at the likes of who's the other centre forward, Strad Larson.
Aye.
He's a cracking striker. I highly rate him. But Wolves have just had a very, very bad start, and when they're playing against us, we really shut them out quite well. Two attackers when they had them on Rockadere and Strand Larson. It was very hard to actually, I thought by that time they were going to score a goal, but they didn't. We held on really well. But you can't say it's just the back line when Robin Roos demands that box so well, especially in the second half when Wolves started getting in a bit more. He was demanding that box a little bit more. You can see him leading at the back a bit. Robin Roos, you can see him being vocal. He's very, very confident, which I like. But again, we've always spoken about the defence, but what about the midfield in the second half? Obviously, we'll start seeing a little bit more possession from Forest a bit. Start seeing some of the players like Chris Rigg later on in the games getting pushed off. Do you think Rigg is more starting to show weakness a little bit? Do you think he's a little bit weak? Do you think we need to strengthen him up a bit?
Yeah, 100%. We need to try and strengthen him up totally.
Yeah, and obviously, again, we spoke on the last live about rotation and who to put on. And we said, do not use Robbie and start using Mienda, but we saw him come on.
Yeah.
Obviously, you see Mienda getting a little bit more, frustrated a little bit. You see the frustration on his face a bit now, don't you? He wants to be in that team. He does. He was one of the reasons how we got promoted. And if it wasn't for Mienda last season, we would have been promoted. Scored some very crucial goals.
More comments coming in. Wolves shots were shocking. Yeah, they were absolutely diabolical. Absolutely diabolical.
I was about actually better shootings in the school shooting.
Yeah, guys, as well, we're currently on 508 subscribers. Please try and name between 10 to 15 likes on this live stream, please. I do appreciate it if we do. Thanks a lot for the support as well.
Yeah. Mind you, though, as well, guys, if you are going to be our 600 subscriber by the end of the year, you will get a free gift from the channel from myself. So please help us get to that. Because you could be that person coming down there and getting that free shirt. So don't be afraid to come along, follow and like, and be a part of the community. It's not just the channel, it's a community. So yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, back again to the second half. We seen a lot of Nori Mukiele in that. But Wilson Isidore, he's one person that we looked at a lot. He got that goal disallowed. But apart from that, I think that he really struggled a little bit sometimes.
What do you think about your second team losing yesterday at Tottenham?
Sort of. Because I don't support Tottenham. But, yeah, again, Wilson needs to know when he doesn't have that chance to score goals, what's he doing? He's not doing anything else. He's not the hold up
No.
guy that we look at. I like him, but we want to see that still. We really do. It's a bit frustrating. But if you would say if anyone looked good in that midfield for the midfield five today, well, from that starting lineup from that day, who do you think was outstood in the midfield the most? You had Siddiqui, you had Neil, not Neil, you had Siddiqui, Rig, Shaka, you had Traore and Enzo.
To be honest, the people who did outstand for me was obviously Granit Xhaka, Noah Siddiqui, and Enzo Lefebvre. Other two just look non-existent. Obviously, Bertrand Traore, like I mentioned before, absolutely nowhere to be seen.
Not gonna lie, when I
Rubbish.
was watching back and seeing Enzo, he looks like a different player compared to last season.
He
Obviously,
does.
with his loss of his family member, or whoever it was who passed away, like you've seen a bit of a different person of him now where he tracks back, which I like. He's
Yeah,
tracking back, he's winning the ball, he's bringing that ball up. Again, I'm I'm very 50-50 about him being a winger, but he's filling that void quite well. But we need to stop playing like says Dingras, you know. We really
yeah,
do that with the players who's going to step up in the crucial moments when you need that bit of pace. And obviously, we'll speak about the ratings and who came on eventually. So that will come along to that point and that while we weren't talking about the football match and that. But again, but mind you though, talking about second half, right? We're putting in the scenario, right? Okay, the Sunderland's on the attack, and the ball gets played into the box. Their
yeah.
defender, Kreshki, decides scoring the most best own goal I've seen since Jan Kirchhoff. I personally think that that was absolutely belter. When Kreshki scored that own goal, I don't know why he done it.
Yeah. More comments in the chat. What's your thoughts on Hume at left back? That's what I've put. In Yorkshire, I can put Hume was great yesterday. Well, Saturday.
Well,
He was,
Saturday, yeah, he was really good.
fantastic.
And
Yeah.
mind you, though, I
Well,
thought Hume excelled well at left back. He really did. But again, it's like I was on Course Paul the other day. We discussed a lot about stuff. And with that side, who just performed well against Wolves, would you play that same lineup against Chelsea? Or would you put Ronaldo back in the squad and put Hume right back? Then put Mukiele, or would you go to the five back against Chelsea? So I personally think the five back will work against Chelsea, especially if we want to keep a clean sheet and hold on to a point.
to be
Because
honest,
Chelsea were great, look good.
if you want to play at Chelsea, the best style of football to go for us is a 5-4-1. Five at the back, four in
Exactly.
the middle, up top.
Within that full midfield, you'll see someone like Siddiqui and Shaka, and then the wing. I think in the games like Chelsea, where it requires pace, you won't want
Yeah.
to slow the game down. And you put a dinger on, you put the likes of Talby on. Again, Talby came on like on Saturday, and he looked fast. He looked dangerous.
He looks sharp.
He looked sharp, energetic. That's the kind of person that we need on the pitch from
Yeah.
kickoff. These are not rotational players. These are the players you want to be playing week in and week out. But again, when you're going to start doing that, I don't know. I love Reggie break, but he needs to start sorting his lineup out properly and getting it intact. Because
Yeah.
Dingra and Tabby were two crucial players in our first two games when we won. Well, our first two wins, they were crucial parts of them. You don't just drop them out of nowhere.
No.
So again, it's just all about just keeping it going all the time. We can't take the foot off the brake. We need to get faster on the wings.
Yeah.
It's fireworks going off already around my area. Age open. For God's sakes, kids.
Hey, God.
Reminded though, again, speaking about that, it was speaking about Sunderland's game. Overall, I think that was a good game to watch.
It was fantastic.
I mean, obviously, there was comments made after the games about some people saying, "Oh, Sunderland looked like a European side. Sunderland looked like a team is pushing for Europe." Do you think we're getting ahead of ourselves already for Europe, or do you think, hang on a sec, we actually look like something that we can compete in there in an honest
To be
term?
honest, I think we're getting too way ahead of ourselves. To be honest, I
I
think
don't
to be
think so.
honest,
I really don't think so. I really don't think so. Because
no,
even if it's not this season, but next season, we will be in Europe. We will be in Europe, and as much as some Newcastle fans will laugh at us saying that, but what we're doing is probably the right model for the European football. Especially if it's not Champions League, we're not aiming for Champions League. But even if it's Europa Conference or Europa League, stuff like that. It was Talk Sport the other day. I don't know if maybe someone watched it. There was Paul's just typing to us now.
oh,
There
right.
was the scenario of Talk Sport going, right. They got the Newcastle fan on. First thing he said was about Sunderland, blah blah blah. The Sunderland guy went, "Shut up! I'll get you your curry, and you got Clive Allen Shearer." And then after that, these two guys generally said Sunderland look like a European side, and
Mm-hmm.
why are we not in Europe? But I think we can do it. Legit. Can you put that comment on what Jake was just said there about the Champions League
Of
about
course,
Brighton?
yeah, in that,
That
yeah,
comment,
definitely,
that comment, I highly agree with. I really do. In the
yeah,
next Brighton or Palace kind of vibe, like the team who's bringing in some sort. You don't see a team go up and build that chemistry. And
yeah,
Brighton done that, and we're doing that now, and it looks fantastic.
it
We
is.
will talk about Brighton game because I want to review on the Brighton game as well, but that's after we talk about Sunderland. So yeah, but
Um,
go on, take the lead because I'm going to see what Paul's messaged.
and guys, this comment in the chat from me: who would have thought we would have had 14 points out of 24, especially for a newly promoted side as well? Who would have thought that? That's absolutely tremendous. That obviously for a newly promoted side to get 14 points out of 24 so far. Obviously four. I think it's 1-4 drawn, 2 lost 2, which is absolutely really good to be fair.
That record just speaks for itself, doesn't it, Brad? When you think about it,
It just speaks for itself. And you know what? Every time when I look at the table, I'm just excited because you know why? I think something good's going to happen this season for us. I think it is.
honestly, God, that's why I said that we can't. Like people say, don't get ahead of yourself, Sunderland, and anything can happen. You can fall. Despite Afcon, I really think that we can do it during Afcon. I
To,
do.
to be honest, right?
Because I
People,
don't. Looking at our squad now, and if players are just getting knocks and all that, I personally don't see them going to Afcon.
Mhm.
And I think some players might want to refuse it, especially if they have a chance to have a shot, getting inside. He's been sleeping giants for about 8 years to a
Yeah,
European like setup within one season. Personally, looking at the squad, if we had the squad that we have now, and if some of the players have matured from last season, I personally think if we go on a good cup run, I'll say a
mhm.
cup this year, but it depends on how we're going to infrastructure our lineups and how we're
Achieve
going to
it.
do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
how we're going to bring that infrastructure into the club and keep it going. Again, um, I was looking at something today because obviously I was doing my research, but you know I do. But
Yeah,
someone
he does
said
all the time.
I was on this forum, and someone said, "Do you not think if Sunderland get into the top 7 by the end of the season, do you think Kirill needs to sell up to someone with more money to keep the club afloat?" Because honest to God, I personally agree that will happen, but not right now.
Not right now, 100%. Not right now. That's why I was
Not
shaking
right
my head.
now. Not right now.
It's not
But
going to happen
again,
yet.
I think give it 2 more years to Kirill, see how it goes. It's
Yeah,
the same as Reggie LeBray. Like, again, I talk to people that say stuff. And I said, Reggie LeBray, do you see him being our manager in 5, 6 years' time if we're going to be in the top 8 all the time? Or is he going to get poached by bigger clubs? That does
that's
happen.
that's what my dad was saying today. He says Reggie Scabri, so if he carries on the way he's going, he could get approached by a good team. He could.
Exactly. And when you see like some Man U's and all that, they'll look at him, they will. They'll
They
look and
will.
go, hang on a sec. He's just getting a team from the Championship. Team have failed to get promoted last season under this manager. But he's came in, implemented his own way. First year in, promoted. Then first year in the Prem, he's guided them to, let's just say, hypothetically, 8th or 7th. What the bloody hell is this guy on?
Also, as well, you just got to think about 4 or 5 years ago. Look where we were. League fucking One. League One 4 or 5 years ago.
I think 6 years ago, we had Phil Parkinson and Charlie White up front.
Yeah, you had Pot, you had White up front, you had your Tom Flanagans, you had your Ozturks, you had your McLaughlins. You had
because we got relegated after the first year to League One. We signed Ozturk and all them, yeah? We signed Will Grigg.
Will Grigg on fire. Fuck me.
Will Grigg is dire.
Chris Maguire. Talking about him as well. Chris Maguire.
Chris Maguire was. I like Chris Maguire. I really did when he was there.
Ian McGeady as well. I was really impressed with Ian McGeady. I thought he was.
But again, like we as fans back then, we were kicking off because they left and we went, why did they leave? Why did they do that? Why did they do that? It's not going to up. Little did we know in about so many years' time, we would be in the Premiership. We didn't see that coming. Max Power. Oh, look at Max Power as a captain, for Christ's sake. Max Power, captain. Now we've got Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka. You see the difference?
Yeah.
It's a big whole cultural change.
Different gravy. Total different gravy.
And who's the Luke Moonine captain? Daniel. Yeah. It's that everything's all just transitioned. All quickly. When you think about the 8 years, people said, oh, it's been a long 8 years. It really hasn't when you think about it, when you sit today and look back at that.
Right, this is a question for you, all right. In the next 10 years, what could Sunderland achieve? That's a question where I want to hand over to the team.
In 10 years. In 10 years, I could see Sunderland in the top 5.
Yeah.
If we go the way we are, it's going to be top 5, 100%.
Yeah, 100%. 10 years time, to be honest. FA Cup winners. Oh, that's interesting. That's an interesting one to look at. Yorkshire.
I think that'll be by next year if we recruit right.
Yeah, definitely 100%. As well.
Tell me out on this one. Why I agree with Yorkshire Mackin with that one. A little bit, but not within 10 years, within a couple of years. Look at our system, how we play now, and look at Palace and what they've done. We're very on par. We're really on par.
Someone's just put Sunderland in non-league. I just had to delete your comment because that's how immature you are to say that. That is absolutely.
So someone actually said that. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, that was the kind of weird comment. I deleted it straight away as soon as I seen that.
Well, it's a guy who we've seen before. He's a Newcastle fan, but he's got to give that banter, ain't he?
Yeah, it's banter at the end of the day. Oi, Brad. Oh, God, he's telling me off. Okay. FA Cup winners again. Yeah, looking at that, we could see FA Cup next year or the year after. Yorkshire Mackin Sunderland versus Man United in the FA Cup final with a great winner for Sunderland.
Good shout, because I say Man U being a good project. That's why, I said to you, but I've got a soft spot for Man U. Because both sides, like Sunderland and Man U, got the same structure now of trying to build. We are building something great.
Yeah, we are, 100%.
Timing we have, when do you finish alive?
About 9 o'clock.
About 9 o'clock, roughly, aye. So if you're still playing Roblox, go back on your Roblox game. You'll catch you later.
Go back on there and I'll catch you in a bit, Ant.
But yeah. Mind you, there's Paul Wilson. Right.
Yeah,
we're going to divert away from our conversation. Now, we are back, guys, now. If you haven't already met Paul Wilson's a guy who just says yes and agrees with everything all the time. Don't you, Paul?
No. Sure.
Name is Paul.
Sure up, Mr. Powell.
Anyways, Paul, I'm going to ask you, because I've asked Brad about his opinion because he was at the game. I'm going to ask you about your opinion. I mentioned, by the way, we do have the Yorkshire Mackin now as a moderator in the channel, Paul. That's something that you missed while you've been out fishing.
Yeah, we got Yorkshire Mackin, we got Yorkshire Mod. Yorkshire Mackin is the mod.
Yorkshire Pudding. And we also got Jack Lake in there as well in the comments, guys. So yeah.
Jack, you alright? What's life? You alright?
But Paul, I'm asking you, what's your opinion on the weekend? I mentioned about the taking a knee thing and all that, but give all you got. Give all you got, mate. You got about half an hour to make up of.
To be honest, our fans shouldn't be green. They shouldn't be booing the players. They shouldn't be.
100%.
When they
100%.
booed the players, looked at the players wasn't happy with it, mind. The players looked at the fans and like, why are you booing us for?
Again,
They shouldn't
Paul,
be booing.
like I said to Brad, right? Not going to lie. Why would we boo to see no racism? Like all of our team are bloody Africans. Or from African descent.
Well, if it's Niz, their manager picked it up as well. Their manager said, why is someone booing? He picked it up.
Exactly, it's ridiculous.
Now that's give us a bad name now.
Definitely.
Hello.
Hi, Reese. Hi, Jacob. Hi, Jacob. Hi, Jack.
You say hello to everyone. By the way, Lauren was asking of you earlier. Lauren was on the live asking where you were. We said that you're playing Where's Mr. Wally? But so away from the racism stuff, and so there's a little bit of tad racism of booing the saying no to racism. What's your opinions on the first half, Paul?
Yeah.
To be honest, first half, like I said to you yesterday, bro, I was actually happy with that first half.
Obviously, we had a little blip where Wolves were on top at the first kickoff, but that's what happens is just getting the team easy, and then we just turn around and batter them.
Yeah, dude.
So,
I kind of fault the team for the first half. I cannot.
Obviously, again, Paul, we pretty much got the lineups right. No Mukiele, we saw Nori playing fullback. Do you think that's given Nori a bit more of that freedom to push up the pitch a bit, like what he has done in the last game just gone?
Yeah, I think it has. Like,
yeah.
You've got to think as well that Nordi Mukiele used to be right back for PSG as well. He used to do these kind of programs at PSG.
With Kylian Mbappe, Ousmane Dembele, and all them. He was a France starting right back at one point in the World Cup.
Talking about Kylian Mbappe as well. He actually commented on Nordi Mukele's post on Instagram. Kylian Mbappe.
Yeah, and also as well on Twitter, he even commented on Nordi's Twitter page saying my brother repping up the big team in the Northeast.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that is a comment to say from Kylian Mbappe saying that Sunderland's a big team in the Northeast. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, it's going really well.
He's been out fishing.
I've caught a lot of fish.
Did he actually?
20.
So all this happens when I'm not there. Cheers, mate.
Yeah, it all happens when you're not there.
Let's get your dad says no, I'm definitely not coming back to the pier.
He didn't say anything.
Oh, I wish I was there now. Wish I was there.
Hey, God.
Obviously, Paul, we've seen lineups coming out. We said again, there's no Talby, no Dingra started on the wings. It was Enzo and Bertrand Traore. Am I right? Bertrand Traore, yeah?
Yeah.
So what do you think about that? Playing Bertrand Traore over Talby, do you think that's the right decision by Reggie?
No.
No. So what do you think we should have done then? What do you think was the right decision for something to do if we could have done?
I would have actually started Talby against them, to be honest with you.
Again, he came on, he showed so much energy, didn't he?
He did.
Honestly, God, he is great. Honestly, I've never seen someone play so well.
Jack,
Nori.
I'm going to highlight that comment. Good first half, but Traore was awful. I totally agree with you on that one. 100%. I totally agree with you.
Again, I'm going to say this though. Do you think it's fair for us to judge Traore when he's been out injured for a year at Ajax before coming to us? He only played 7 games last season for them.
Again, you've got to think of that one. Again, yeah, you've got to think about that one. He's been out nearly a year injured, so you can't really criticise him. So you might be getting back up to speed now. soon.
Maybe,
So,
maybe.
who knows?
Obviously, it's something that he's doing in a training ground, which is impressing Reggie. That's what you got to think.
Yeah, but why can I get low?
Yeah.
If he's getting
Mhm.
game time, why is Bobby not getting? Why is Meander not getting game time?
Exactly.
Right. Right, guys. Unfortunately, we will have to end the live. This is due to personal reasons and private reasons. So
No bother.
we hope to see you again very soon. So take care and goodbye, everybody.
But.